What is going on, amazing, beautiful people? Your boy Different Gamer is back at you with part 3 to our Becoming a Cop in GTA 5 LSPDFR series. Folks, if you are just joining us and you do not, this is your first time playing LSPDFR, I strongly advise you wait till the end of the video. I'll have the videos pop up, or you can go down below. They will be linked. Part 1 and part 2 of this series. Highly, I mean, you have to. You got to go watch those videos first, and then come back to this video. Watch them in order. They are lengthy, but they go into depth of installing the mods, explaining the ionize, going into the game, and showing you different things that you need to know to really play LSPDFR. My ultimate goal, the caveat of doing this series, isn't to just get you to come and view the video. It's really to train you. To teach you, actually, on how to mod your game yourself. As much as I would love to have you just come here and just keep watching the videos, ultimately, I want to teach you how to do it so that you can just do it to your heart's desire and you can just keep going. That is the goal, and that's what we're going to do here in this video. So video 1 and 2 explains how to install LSPDFR and the mods you need to install it, and some of the necessity mods that I believe are huge for LSPDFR, like all the Bajojo mods and stuff like that. So definitely go watch 1 and 2, and then come back to part 3 right here. This video we're gonna be installing we're gonna start getting into some of the fun stuff, some of the goody stuff. Here we're gonna be installing weapon sounds, rate of fire, vehicles, police vehicles, add-on and replacements. We're going to be installing civilian vehicles. We have one that we want to install, but it all installs the same way. We're going to be installing a Siren and Simple Trainer. Simple Trainer on its own is amazing. You're going to love it. So we're starting to get into the good stuff. The next video will be some scripts in that I feel will just make your game so much more fun. And that'll be coming out, in about a week or so. Okay, so with that being said, folks, let's get into it. First thing we want to do is but get to our main directory. Okay, so we're going to click our file explorer, and you're going to go to your disk drive that your Steam games are installed through. It might be the C, mine is on the D drive. Program files x86, Steam apps, and common. I'm so sorry if you can hear my bird in the background. And right here, you're going to see your Grand Theft Auto folder, okay? And you're just going to double click it. And now we are in the main directory front page, okay? We're going to be right here in the front page, all right? And now what we want to do is now we want to fire up our OpenIV. Again, part 1, I show you how to install OpenIV, either part 1 or part 2. You're going to want to learn how to do this, okay? Once you fire it up, you're going to click Windows and let it run. We are going to be heavily into OpenIV. That's pretty much what this is. This is going to be an OpenIV mods that we're going to be doing. You're going to want to save all your pathways so you can add more vehicles and stuff like that. It's going to be great, folks. You are going to love it. All right, so here we are. We got our OpenIV open. We got our file explorer where we got to be. Make sure you got a buffer zone right here, okay? You don't want it to be all tight. Open it up a little bit. You got that buffer zone, and we are good to go. Now, down below are some links. Okay, starting off with the ELS system, emergency lighting system. To me, must-have mod. Okay, it's a must-have mod, and what you're going to do is you're going to click download this file, and agree and download. And now we want 2 files in here. We want 2 downloads in here. We want the ELS 1.05 and we want the Advanced Hook V. Okay, so go ahead and download one of those first, and then once it starts to download, we can hit the back button. So wait, there it goes. All right, and we'll leave that right there. So let's hit the back button and let's click download again. Agree and download. And now we just downloaded the Advanced Hook V. Now we want to download the ELS. So go ahead and click download there. And again, this should download fairly quick. We're just going to download everything right now, folks. There it is. All right, next thing we want to do is we want to go to our vehicle pack. Okay, now this is a replacement pack by Ripple. Ripple makes great stuff. Love Ripple's vehicles. Now, what this is this is a replacement pack. So, let me explain something to you. If you have ELS installed, which we're going to be installing it, you can go to Google, right? You can go to Google and type in ELS replacement pack LSPDFR, something like that, right? And let me show you. So if we go to Google and we type in ELS replacement LSPDFR and hit enter, you can now hit images and it'll bring up some vehicle packs, and you see something you like and you're like, you know what, I like that, let's grab that one. You do not have to install this one that we're going to be installing right here. They all install the same way, okay, as long as it's a replacement pack, okay? So that's what we're going to do. All right, so now that we're in here, we've got this going, we're going to click download this file. And this one may take a little longer. It's probably because it's a vehicle pack. We're going to be installing multiple vehicles. We're going to be replacing our police vehicles. So there it goes. It started. Next, we can go down and let's download Eduardo's Weapons Rate of Fire. All right, another great mod by Eduardo. By the way, big shout out to Lieutenant Kane for ELS. Big shout out to Ripple for the vehicle, and big shout out to Eduardo. So Eduardo's Weapons Rate of Fire. Click download this file, and well, there's our vehicle pack, and Eduardo's should be there. It is perfect. Now we want to go to the weapons sound pack. Now, on this one, click the link down below that says weapons sound pack. This is for 5M and single player. We're going to be installing it for single player. All right, so if you come down here, showcase variety pistols, you can click this and it'll give you a variety between 1 and 5. We're going to be doing number 2. I already listened to them. I like 2. I think it sounds great. So that's what we are going to be installing. All right, but first you want to download this file. And we want the main files. You do not need the extra, as that is for 5M. So main files 1.8.1, just click download. And this should download pretty quick, as it's just a sound file that goes into OpenIV. And oh no, maybe it's going a little, okay. Next one down below, improved engine sounds. This is really going to make your vehicle sound like a real V8 police car, okay? Big shout out to Liberty Designs. There's our weapons sound pack. All right, Liberty Designs, big shout out. Go to download this file. Okay, and again, it's just a sound pack, so that should go fairly quick, and there it is. Next, we want DLC ELS. Again, folks, just like the replacement, you can go to Google, type in ELS DLC, right? And pick any car pack you want. This is by Big G. Big G is my dude. I haven't spoke with him in a while, but listen, he's amazing. All right, and he does amazing stuff. I highly suggest you click his name and you follow him here on LSPDFR. And you can see what vehicles you're going to get. Now, these are DLC vehicles. These are vehicles that you won't see driving around your city, but you can use something like Simple Trainer, which we're going to install, and spawn them yourself. And we'll go through all that when we get into the game. So again, you can go to Google, type in DLC ELS LSPDFR, and go to images and just pick a pack that you like the way it looks. You could pick multiple ones. That's the beauty of it, right? We've already installed heap adjuster, pack file adjuster, a game config. We've installed all that in part 1 and part 2 in our series, so you know we can handle it, right? So you're going to go to download this file. And what we want is, we're going to go with the DLC, this one right here. The top one, go with that. Click download. And let it do its thing. There it goes. So it's starting to download. Now click the link down below that says Simple Trainer. Simple Trainer is such an amazing mod, and I will briefly go over it. I will briefly go over it in the game, but to explain everything that Simple Trainer does, it could take a long time. I do have a video on how to install and explaining Simple Trainer. So if you want to check that out, I will link it down below, so you can go check that out, and it goes more in depth on everything that Simple Trainer has to offer. Okay, big shout out to SJack 327. Click download and download again, and boom, there's Simple Trainer. All right, now we are going to download and install the add-on or replace. We're going to replace the VECA. So when you're driving around your map, your GTA, and you see a VECA, which is GTA's version of the Lamborghini, you're actually going to see a Lamborghini. Again, you can go to Google and you can type in replacement vehicles for GTA, and it'll pop up all sorts of vehicles. It will be DLC, or not DLC, it will be a replace. And again, I'll explain it in OpenIV, but just like the DLC by Big G, just like Ripple's vehicle pack, you do not have to pick those packs. You can pick anything you want as long as it's got the same files that I'm going to be showing you and installing, okay? So again, big shout out to Denosaurus. Click download and click download again. And that one's pretty quick. Boom, there it is. And lastly, let's install the Wayland Epsilon Siren. And this is going to be taking over the default Siren that is in your game. And this is the one that I use in my LSPDFR. You can hear it right here. You can pick any Siren you want. You know, it all installs the same way for the most part. So just click download this file and let that download start. And that one might take a minute. So while that's going, we're going to minimize this. And we have everything right here that we need to get going. Okay, so the Siren is all done. So we're going to drag these down because we're going to have to go. I want to go in a specific order. Okay. And there we go. All right. So actually, we're going to start with ELS. We're going to be starting with some simple stuff here. It's all pretty simple, but folks, it is easy to get intimidated or discouraged, but I promise you it's super simple and you'll see exactly what I mean. All right, so first let's start with ELS. All right, you're going to bring up your ELS WinRAR, make sure you're in your main directory, right? And you're going to go to installation files, double click it. You see this Grand Theft Auto folder, double click that. Boom. Now, we're already in our main directory. You should see your plugins folder, your mods folder, LSPDFR folder, all right there. You are going to take these 4 files, the ELS folder, Advanced Hook V, ELS ASI, ELS INI. You're going to left click, drag that in, and drop it. Boom, just like that. And then left click right here to de-highlight all those, deselect those. You can exit out of this ELS. Now what you want to do is this Advanced Hook V. You want to take that one file, left click, drag it in here, drop it. It should ask you if you want to replace it. Go ahead and replace it. There we go. And now what we want to do is go down here to the ELS INI and double click it. All right, it's going to bring this up right here. Here's what you want to do. This ELS traffic control on, set that to false, right? Because if you don't, whenever you get out of your vehicle in the game, you're going to make your traffic stop pull off. Just set that to false, and Click save, and that's it. We can exit out of that, and we can exit out of this WinRAR. Now we're going to start to get into some fun stuff here, folks. Let's bring this down a little bit. Now let's bring up our OpenIV. Make sure your edit mode is on. All right, and also go to Tools, go to ASI Manager, and make sure that all of these are green and not blue. All right, if they're blue, click the install on all of them. When you do this one, it's going to ask you if you want to create a mods folder. Select yes. Now, if you watched part 1 and 2, this should already be green for you. Okay, so close out of that. Now, here is the pathway that you want to do for your replacement police vehicles. Now, when I say replacement, I mean that all of the police vehicles, not the sheriff. We're going to be doing police vehicles today. I believe this is for the police vehicles. Like the AI cops in the game, like when they show up on backup and all that, they're going to be pulling up in whatever vehicles we install right now, okay? So here's the pathway to get to your replacement police vehicles. Now, this is going to be the same pathway for police vehicles, FBI, state police, your park rangers, your sheriff vehicles. All right, this is going to be the same pathway. So here's what you want to do. You want to click mods. You want to go to updates, times 64, DLC packs. Now, folks, I have been using, thanks to criminal justice, I have been using patch day 20 since I started LSPDFR in 2019. It's never given me an issue. I use patch day 20. Other people say, no, you got to use the latest patch. I go to 20. I've always gone to 20. It works for me. No reason why it wouldn't work for you. So double click the patch day 20. And then you want DLC.rpf times 64 levels GTA 5 and vehicles.rpf. Now in here you should see pounder shamal and then pounder shamal down here, and then this manifest. Keep all that. We're going to keep those. Very first thing you want to do once you get right here is go to favorites, click add to favorites, and rename it police vehicles, and then click add. So now let's say you want to add more police vehicles later on. You're going to be installing it the exact same way I'm showing you, right? And let's say you open up your OpenIV. Oh man, what was the pathway that Jeff said to get to the replacement police vehicles? You saved it under favorites. All you have to do is go to favorites, go to police vehicles, and boom, there it is. So that's saved. Now, over here in the WinRAR, the Valor Pack re-upload WinRAR, you're going to double click this Valor Pack folder, LSPD Valor Pack, and then here it is right here. Now, yep, I'm going to have to restart my OpenIV because we installed ELS and it's not there. So restart your OpenIV, folks. I'm so sorry about that. Go ahead and restart your OpenIV. See, it's a good thing I told you to save that pathway, right? So now we have ELS in here, so that's great. So we're going to go to favorites and we're going to go to police vehicles, and look at that, boom, right back to our police vehicles. All right, so right here you want to go to vehicles, okay? Double click that. And now we have a bunch of vehicles to choose from. Folks, this part right here is important. Listen to me on this. This comes with a vehicle's meta, which usually deals with the handling and all that. We're not going to install that. And you shouldn't notice a difference as long as you listen to what I'm about to tell you. All right, I'm going to go back into the vehicles folder. Police 1 and Police 2 and Police 4. Okay, there is a Police 4. That's your unmarked state vehicle. Police 1 and 2 are also cars. Police 3 is where you're going to want to put your trucks or your SUVs. Okay? Again, Police 1, Police 2, and Police 4 have a vehicle meta that is fit for a vehicle, a car. So if you put a SUV in Police 1, Police 2, or Police 4, and you turn corners real sharp, that vehicle's going to tip over, it's going to roll, that's when you got to start getting into the vehicle metas, and that can get a little confusing at times. I myself I'm still kind of, iffy when it comes to vehicle meta. So what we're going to do is we are probably going to, let's install the Charger and the Taurus. First thing we're going to do, let's do the Taurus. Double click that Taurus and you can see it's FBI. Let's not do the Taurus. Let's do the Charger. Okay, so the Charger is going to be police 2. All right. Now, let's say, okay, there could be so much to explain here. Let's say we want to put the Taurus in, but we want to put the Taurus, we don't want to replace our FBI vehicles yet. We want to replace our police vehicles, okay? Police. Now, here's what you want to do. Now, if you want to replace your FBI vehicle with this Taurus, you would just take these 3 files, drag them, and drop them in, right? But we want to turn our Taurus into our police 1 vehicle. So what are we going to do? We are going to select this once, select it twice, and then right there where it says FBI is highlighted, just backspace and type in police. Not police 1, just police, and hit enter. You're going to do that for these same files. You're going to just replace the FBI. All right, don't get rid of that underscore. Okay, again, police. Hit enter. The FBI YTD, we're just getting rid of the FBI and we're renaming it police. Okay, boom. So you want it to say police underscore high.yft, police.ytd, police.yft. Okay, highlight all 3 of those, drag them right here, drop them in. All right, so now you see the police right here. If we double click it, it'll show you our new Taurus police car that will now be in the game. And it's got the Valor pack, right? So dope. Okay, now let's click back. Now let's do the Charger. Double click it. Now the Charger is great because it's already named Police 2. So we don't have to change it like we just did with the Taurus. So you're just going to simply highlight those 3 files, drag them in, and drop them. Boom. Now let's go back. Now we want to install a truck. Now we have a 2020 Explorer, 2019 Tahoe, 2016 Explorer, or 2014 Tahoe. One of these is going to say Police 3. Let's see which one it is. Oh, it's probably going to be the Explorer. Yep. So, Police 3. Right? The 2016 Explorer is Police 3. Now, let's say, oh, I want the 2020 Explorer as my Police 3. Well, you would open that up and change all these to Police 3. Okay? Just like we did with the Police. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to be installing the 2016 Explorer. So double click that. There's your Police 3s. Highlight all 3 of those, drag them, and drop them. Okay, so now here's our Police 2 should be the, here's our Police 2 should be the Charger. There it is. Boom. Now I know it looks like there's nothing on it, but believe me, there will be when we get into the game. And then our Police 3. Boom, there it is right there. Okay, so now let's click back in the WinRAR, click back one more time. Well, if we wanted to, we could technically, install more the sheriff vehicles. You know, that's got the, this one is the sheriff, but we won't do that. I've got other, again, folks, go to my LSPDFR tutorial playlist. Hundreds of videos in there for you to go watch, and it shows you other vehicle packs that you can install. Right now, we're just doing the basics so I can show you pathways and how to install things, right? So now in the WinRAR, we're going to click back one more time, and now we have VCFs, which is your ELS files, right? So over here, double click the VCFs. Now, remember, we did change our FBI to police, which is not in here, so that's good. So right here, now, if you change any vehicle like we did, if you change a vehicle from FBI to police, or from police to police 3, or from sheriff to police, or from police to sheriff. You got to make sure that the XML file for your ELS matches it. And you want to have them capital. All right, so again, remember, we took our FBI car and changed it to our police slot, meaning we have to go to this FBI, and we're going to do the same thing we did. We're going to backspace, but capitalize police and hit enter. Okay? Just like that, guys and gals. It should look just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click this ELS folder right here in your OpenIV, and you're going to double click this pack default. You can get rid of this police XML. Right click it and delete it. I don't know why it's there by default, but it is. And now over here in the WinRAR, hold your control key, select the police 2, and the police 3. Select all 3 of those, drag them, and drop them. Okay? Now, if you come back later on after this video and install an FBI vehicle replacement pack, a sheriff replacement pack, a park ranger replacement pack, you're going to do this exact same thing. Okay? So, we got our vehicles installed. We've got our XML installed for our ELS lighting, which we're going to go over in the game. So we can now exit out of this Valor Pack WinRAR. Over here, we can go double click your mods folder to go back to the beginning. All right. Now we got our weapons rate of fire. Realistic mag size. We can install that. Yep. So here we go. Now let's do the realistic mag size first. Double click that folder. And we want to put in the weapon components.meta. Go to the README right here. It's going to give you the pathway. And there's the pathway right here. Installation in OpenIV. Go to mods up. Okay, so we're gonna follow this pathway right there. So we want to go to mods, update, update.rpf, common, data, AI. Again, go to favorites and click add to favorites and name it weapons components. Okay, just like that. And click add. All right, so we can exit out of that README. Now here's our weapons components.meta. If you look over here, there's our weapons component. This is our default one. If you want to, err on the safe side, you can left click this, drag it to your desktop, and drop it. Now you've got a default. You can back it up. So if you go into your game and it crashes and this is causing it and you're sure this is causing it, you can just come back to this pathway that we just created. It'll bring you right back here. You take the original one and drop it back in and you're back to default. All right. So now that we got it backed up, we can take this one and drag it in. Now, once we drag it in, you're going to see this encrypted will disappear. See how it says compressed and encrypted? Once we drag this in and drop it, that encrypted word will disappear. So left click that, drag it right here, and drop it. Boom. Encrypted went away. That means it took. We're good to go. So let's exit out of this Eduardo's weapon. No. Don't exit out. Backspace. Now we got to go to the weapon rate of fire. Double click that. So now we got our weapons.meta and our weapons animations. Look at this beautiful thing. We're already here. We got those two files right there. Beautiful. So, very simple, folks. You're going to grab these two files right here, drag them, and drop them. Boom. As you've seen, same thing. The encrypted went away. So we just installed 3 files. So what we just did is we've got a realistic magazine and we've got a realistic rate of fire installed into our game. We're done with it. Now we can exit out of Eduardo's WinRAR. And now we have the weapon sound pack. Again, over in your OpenIV, because we have a whole new thing now. Let's make sure. Okay. So, just click your mods folder right here to bring you back to the beginning of your OpenIV. Right here under in the weapon sound pack WinRAR, double click it. Again, like I said, we're going to install Variety 2. Double click Variety 2 or whichever one. Remember, on the download page, he has that showcase. You pick whatever variety sound you like. That's the folder you're going to pick, okay? So we're going with 2 in this video. And it's an OIV file. We love OIV files, okay? Left click, drag it right here, drop it in. It's that easy. Click install. Mods folder. Always select mods folder unless otherwise instructed. Select mods folder. Confirm installation. And let it install it. And boom. Never run it from here, okay? I'll just click close. And now if you go back in the WinRAR, you'll see the uninstall right here. If you double click it, it will uninstall it. And you simply do it the same way by taking this, dragging it right there and dropping it and then doing those same steps. And that will uninstall the sound pack, okay? So we're all done with the sound pack WinRAR. And now we have improved engine sounds, right? Improved engine sounds. What we want to do is double click improved engine sound folder. And we have the meta files right there. Double click that. And now we got the vehicles.meta. All right, now let's bring up this README. This is going to tell you exactly where you want to go. Okay, once again, you're going to click mods, update, update.rpf, common, data, levels, GTA 5. And there's our vehicles meta. Again, go to favorites, add to favorites, vehicle meta, and add. All right, now we can get rid of this WinRAR. So now, again, in the improved engines, double click the meta files. Simple, left click this vehicles meta, bring it over here. Again, you should see this encrypted disappear. So take that file, release it, drop it in, boom, it's in. That's it, done. We now have a real V8 sounding vehicle. All right, so next thing we're going to install is a DLC pack. We're going to be installing Big G's pack right here. So in your OpenIV, double click your mods folder again to go back to the beginning of your OpenIV pathways. Over here in the WinRAR, I'm going to double click the DLC LSCSO, and it's going to bring up this right here. Now, folks, any DLC that goes into your game is going to install the same way. Other things that DLCs would be like different police stations, LA roads, forests, any interior buildings, stuff like that. If it's a DLC pack, it's 98% chance it's going to install the same way if it's not an OIV file, okay? So remember that when watching this. Again, you do not have to pick Big G's pack. Just go Google any DLC pack for LSPDFR as long as it's ELS. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to double click the LSCSO folder, and that should be a DLC.rpf. There it is. So let's go back now. Let's double click this README. Okay, it's going to show you. These READMEs are great. They tell you exactly how to do it. So what we want to do is first we're going to go to this pathway right here. So we're going to click mods, update, times 64, and DLC packs. Okay, now up here in favorites, click favorites, add to favorites, and you're simply going to put DLC packs. Oh, don't hit enter because it'll do that. Just click add. All right, now any DLC pack that goes in here, if you open it up, they all have DLCs.rpfs in them. In the WinRAR, as you can see, it's got a DLC.rpf, okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to take this LSCSO folder, left click, drag the folder. Don't open the folder. You want to drag the folder over and drop it in. It's going to put it at the very bottom. Okay, but once you refresh it, it'll alphabetize it. Okay, so that is in there. Now, let's just click our mods folder again and go back to the beginning. Now let's bring that README back up. Okay, and we did that. Now we want to go to this pathway right here. So that's going to be mods, update, update.rpf, common, data. All right, here's our DLC list.xml. Again, folks, go to favorites, add to favorites, and name this DLC.xml. And click add. All right, that way, later on down the road, if you want to install a DLC pack, you have the pathways saved. Although chances are they will be in the README file, okay? So now, here's what we want to do. We are going to scroll down to the DLC list.xml, right-click it, and go to Edit. It will pull up this right here. All right? You're going to see a bunch of stuff in here. And the last thing that should be in here is EUP. Yep, EUP and SUP. This part gets a little intimidating, but folks, it's super simple. Follow this step by step. Now, usually DLC packs in the README, the developer should add a item pathway. Now, if we look over here, above the line paths at the bottom, emphasis on the /, it needs to be / paths. So down there, okay? Add this line. See how he says add this line and then he provides it? You want to highlight everything from the less than sign to the greater than sign, just like that, folks. Okay, you see how it's got less than item, DLC packs, LSCSO item. Right click, copy it. Now over here in your DLC list.xml, you're going to select at the end of the last line, whatever your last line is, just click at the end of it. So your text bar is blinking just like that. You're simply going to hit enter. Now you can either hit Control V or you can just right click and paste. Don't hit anything else. Don't hit enter. Don't hit backspace. It should look just like this. Everything should be nice and lined up with one another right here. And this paths should be in the same spot where the H is just below the I. Right? So you want to make sure it looks just like that. You don't have to do anything else in here. Just click save. Okay? Lastly, we can now get rid of this README. Now we have the VCF for those vehicles. All right, double click the VCF folder right there. There's all of our XMLs. These are all the vehicles that come in this pack from Big G, right? Over here, remember where that ELS folder is? Scroll up. There's the ELS folder, right? Go to pack default. Remember, this is where we put our police XMLs. Same thing. Highlight all. Come on now. Highlight all these files. Okay, all 8 of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. Left click, drag them in, and drop them. Boom. Done. That DLC pack is installed. All DLC vehicle packs install this exact same way. You do need a trainer to load them into the game. That's why we're going to be installing Simple Trainer, amongst other things. But we're going to, I'll go into the game and I'll show you. All right, so now we have Simple Trainer. For this, before you do anything here, double-click your mods folder, bring it back to the beginning, and hold tight right there. Now, let's go back to our main directory, our file explorer. This is a main directory installed, not OpenIV. All right, again, make sure nothing's highlighted. You got your buffer zone. You should see your plugins mod LSPDFR folder. Now what we want to do here is grab these two files right here, trainerv.asi, trainerv.ini. Left click, drag in there, and drop. All right. Now what we want to do is go into this trainerv.ini, double click it, I'm going to show you a couple of tricks right here real quick. First thing you want to do, the hide menu key. Go ahead and just select right after the 5 and delete the 115 and put a 0 there. All right. Next, you want to scroll down until you see spawn attacking driver. There it is right there. You see that spawn attacking driver? That's on key 33. Go ahead, get rid of the 33 and put a 0 there. All right. And, you know, all this stuff right here, it'll tell you what it will do, but there's also a menu in-game that will show you it, okay? So, again, hide menu key, set it to 0. Spawn attacking driver, set that to 0. All right, once you do that, go to File, click Save. We can exit out of the INI. We can exit out of the WinRAR. Now we've got the Lamborghini Huracan, the replacement, and our Siren, and then we're done. We're going to go into the game and check this stuff out. So now for this, what we need to do is go back to OpenIV. All right, here's our Lamborghini Huracan. We're going to install this. So you're going to click that V3 folder, double click it. Now there's add-on or replace. Now add-on is going to be the exact same thing that we just did with the DLC police thing. See the DLC.rpf in there? So if you wanted to do it as an add-on, where it's not going to be driven by AI people in the game, install it, DLC folder, DLC XML, okay? Just click the README. It'll show you exactly how to do it. Remember, we just did it for the same thing, okay? But we're going to be doing replace. So right here under replace, double click it. And there's our files right there. Double click that README. Okay, and this is... So he didn't add the pathway, but don't you worry. I got the pathway. All right, so here's the pathway that you want to do. You are going to want to go to mods times 64E. If you do not see it here, you can select it here and then select show in mods folder. All right. So mods times 64E levels GTA 5 vehicles.rpf. Now, up here under favorites, click add to favorites and put in regular AI vehicles and click add. So if later on down the road you want to put in a Charger or a Camaro or a Kia Soul, whatever car you want to replace, you now have the pathway saved to come here. And you're going to do it this exact same way. As always, you can go up here to your desktop, right click, create a new folder, and you're going to name it Vanilla Vaca. Hit enter. Now, what you're going to do is all your YFTs are going to be on the top, and it's all alphabetized. So you're going to scroll on down till you get to the V's. There's the V. There's 1 Vaca, 2 Vaca. Hold your control key. Select both of those. Let go of your control key and scroll on down to the YTDs. Again, they're alphabetized, and there should be more Vaca files. There they are. Hold your control key. Select both of those Vaca files. Right? And then what you're going to do, so now we have 4 files selected. There's 2 there, 2 there. Left click one of them, drag it to that folder, drop it in. Okay, it's very important you back these up anytime you replace a vehicle, because there are some vehicles out there that will make your game crash, okay? So that's backed up. So let's say you go in and you think this Lambo's crashing your game. You're simply just going to go to favorites, go to regular AI vehicles. It'll bring you back here, and then you can just take these files and drop them in, and it'll replace these ones that we're going to be installing, okay? So we're going to deselect that. So just so you know, here's the Vaca. This is the GTA version of the Lamborghini right there, okay? It's ugly. Now, you're going to simply highlight these 4 files, the VACA YFT, YTD, high YFT, plus high YTD. Left click, drag them right here, and drop them in. So now if we double click this VACA, boom, there's our Lamborghini, folks. The cool thing about doing replacement is AI will drive this vehicle around your map. So if you're patrolling, you could essentially pull over a real Lamborghini, or you could just drive it yourself. So that's great, right? So we're all done with that. There's no ELS or anything like that to install with it. We're done. We can exit out of that. All right, and we've got our backup files that we've been saving right here. All right, lastly, we've got our Wayland Epsilon. Double click your mods folder, go back to the beginning. Up here on your desktop, right click, select new folder, and you're gonna put in vanilla Siren, enter. All right, very important you put in vanilla Siren, enter. We need this folder, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is you are also going to, take this Wayland Epsilon folder, drag that to your desktop. And there we go. Perfect. That's what we want. Now, if we go back, not go back. Actually, I think we're all set with this. We can probably close out of the WinRAR, but we are going to just keep it right there for right now. Now, here's the pathway you want to take right now. It is going to be mods times 64. Audio, SFX, resident.rpf. Double click that. Okay, so now, here we are. We want to be right in here, folks. So what we want to do is we want to go to vehicles.awc, right? We want to right click that and export to open formats. Export to open formats. Click that. It will bring this up right here. We're going to look for this vanilla Siren folder. So you're going to go to your desktop, scroll down, vanilla Siren. Click it once, select folder. Okay, it's going to take your original Siren and it's going to pop it right there. So now we could take this and put it with our backup files. So if you want to change back to the vanilla Siren, you're going to do these exact same steps, except you're going to use this to reinstall it. Okay, so now that we got this one extracted, we now want to extract the one that's in here. So down here at the bottom, okay, you're going to right click. Now we want to import open formats. And now we're going to look for this folder. So you're going to go to desktop. Where is it? Right there. The Wayland Epsilon. So scroll down. There it is. Double click it. And we got the vehicles.oac. Click that and click open. It will bring this up right here. We just want to select OK. It is now installing the new Siren into here. And that's it. So now we can delete the Wayland folder. We can get rid of the WinRAR. Folks, we are all set with our OpenIV. We are all set with our main directory. So now what I'm going to do, actually, let me go back into my main directory because I launch it from in there. Now, just to make sure we got everything selected in there, what we're going to do is we're going to launch our Rage and we're going to hold our Shift key. And it should bring up the Rage menu any moment here. There it is. All right, that's at 6,000. That's good. Plugins, they're all selected. Save and launch. Now, the first time launching, it may take a little longer. It is going to pop this up. Just click continue. All right, and then it should start launching GTA. It might, now we just installed a lot of stuff into our game. So this first time firing it up and launching it, it might take a little longer, okay? Because it's kind of putting everything. If you ever get this, just click no. Because now it's like it's putting everything in order in OpenIV. Okay, so it just crashed. Totally cool, totally normal, nothing to worry about. It happens, okay? So we're gonna let it do its thing. Go ahead and do its thing. And it's just gonna create a crash report. And that's one thing that I really want to tell people, to just not freak out. Sometimes when you install as much stuff as we just did, sometimes it could take 3 times to launch it. But once you get it to launch that first time and everything gets put into place, you should be good from there on out. But people, it crashes once and people freak out and think that they did something wrong. I'm telling you, that is not always the case. So sometimes this rage takes a minute to create a crash report. And come on now. I wonder if I can just exit out of it. I don't need the crash report. No, it won't let me exit out of it. I guess we gotta wait for it to do the crash report. Alrighty. Any moment now. And now? Now. No. Alright. We're going to Control-Alt-Delete it. And we're just going to close out of Grand Theft Auto. There we go. Alright, so let's try it again. Now we don't have to hold the shift key because we already checked everything. So let's fire her back up again. And like I said, it very well could, you know, crash out another time, even maybe a third. Now, if it starts crashing 5, 6, 7 times, yeah, there might be an issue there. Okay, chances are something was done wrong. We put a bad mod in. Now, if this keeps crashing, it could be from the Lamborghini that we installed. Sometimes you install vehicles that just don't work well with the game. See, there we go. Look at that. Second time, fired right up. I'm glad I kept that in, because it just goes to show you, folks. I'm not going to edit none of this out, okay? I'm going to keep it all in because I love to show you. I love to be upfront with y'all. Now, I could have easily just edited out that crash and not, you know, and made you think everything's just butterflies and roses. No. When you install as much stuff as we just installed, that happens. Now, what you could do is you could install one thing at a time while watching this video. But we just did it all at once. So yeah, it's going to confuse the game at first. Just give it another go. It'll fire up for you. We're going to go story mode with Rage. Now, technically we should fire right up right now. We should load right into the game without any issues. And this is going to be kind of a quick in-game showcase, as there's not really much to showcase to you. Except for the police car, simple trainer, you know, the engine sounds and stuff like that. So I'm excited to show you guys some of this stuff that you just installed into your game. But while we're waiting for it to load, let me take the time to thank you all so much for your continued love and support. We're trying to hit 50K this year. 2025, we're trying to hit 50K. So if you're watching this and you're new here, or even if you're not new here, please tell your friends about me, tell your family about me. If they're a gamer, if they like watching live streams and stuff like that, you know, tell them about me. We're going to be putting stickers up on the merch store with QR codes. So, you know, throw some stickers up around your town. Order some stickers and throw them up around town, folks. But I also want to take the time to say, go check out the LSPDFR tutorial playlist. Hundreds of videos in there. And now, if you're on part 3 and you've already watched 1 and 2, you are ready to go into that LSPDFR tutorial playlist and start adding other things. We have interiors, buildings, billboards, other vehicle packs, lots of scripts and stuff, which is going to be the part 4. So you're definitely going to want to watch that one. That's going to be even more fun stuff. But this video was a lot of, let's show you how to install these vehicles into your game. So that's what we're going to do. So as you can see, there is one of the vehicles. There's the other one over here, but for some reason it did not pull in the, it did not bring the decals in. There's our Taurus. We're going to go to our, so the Charger didn't go with the Ripple one. So first thing we want to do, click F4 and go on duty. Click FOR and then hit tab and then hit force duty. There we go. And just hit escape to get rid of that F4 menu at the top. Once you see things load in, hit escape. There we go. Again, maybe go look for a different vehicle pack. Not really sure why that one didn't load in the full texture like this, or like the Ford Explorer over there has. So this vehicle is an ELS vehicle, meaning it should have 3 stages. Now they're kind of dim. Next video we're going to be showing you how to get the brighter emergency lights. We're going to be doing graphic mods coming up soon. But you can see it right there. You can see that they're on in the windows and that. You know what I will link down below is I will link a video for the brighter emergency lights. Okay, I do have a video on it that shows you how to install it, and I'm going to put that down below so you can go ahead and watch that video after this one and install that brighter emergency lighting, and you'll see these lights will pop pretty good. So this is ELS. ELS usually comes with stage 3. So if you hit left on your D-pad, 1 is stage 1. You know what? Let me go to now. Okay, let's focus for a second here. As you can see, if we hit start, you can see we have no map, right? Right. If I hit F3, that is going to bring up your simple trainer, right? Now, cool thing about simple trainer is you can go to time, and we could take it right down to evening, and then we can go to freeze time, so it'll stay dark out, right? We can also go to weather, and we can put foggy, we can put rain, thunder, blizzard. Oh, that's a bit bright. Oh, that's super bright. This is no graphic mod in here, by the way. Light snow, Christmas. Oh, Christmas is nice. But for right now, we're going to go to extra sunny, but it's still nighttime. We can go to options here and just hit over. And then, as you can see right here, reveal full map. Click that. And then go right here to save settings and click that. And then press number pad 5. And it'll save it. There it is. So now if we hit start, boom, we've got our full map now unlocked. Pretty amazing, right? So now that it's not... So, folks, there's all sorts of stuff in Simple Trainer. Again, like I said, clear wanted level. You can go to vehicle options and you can clean your vehicle. You can fix it. Vehicle God mode. Just there's all sorts of stuff. Again, down below is a Simple Trainer install video that also goes over a lot of the... It's like a half hour, 45 minutes long. And it goes over everything that's in Simple Trainer. So definitely check that out. So you can see the lights a little better at night. So there's stage 1. It's your advisories. Stage 2. And then your stage 3, which is going to have all the bells and whistles with the strobes, right? So there's that. That is your ELS. This is our police vehicle that we installed. Now, if we get out of the vehicle and we hit our F3 again to go into Simple Trainer again, you're going to go, remember the DLC pack that we installed, Big G's DLC pack. You're going to go to, what is it under? Is it under No, it's under vehicle spawning. And then you can hit up and go to added vehicles menu. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vehicles right there. You can select any one of these. Look at that. And this is Big G's pack. That's the Hellcat. Right? Then we got the Ford Fusion. We got the Caprice. See that? The 2018 Charger. Non-Hellcat. So these are DLC vehicles. These are the DLC vehicles that we installed, folks. We could also go to, remember, we're still in vehicle spawn menu, and you can go down to Super, and I believe, yep, there it is right there, the Vaca. Now, if you remember, we installed the real Lambo, and there it is. Look at that. There's the real Lamborghini, folks, installed into our game. Again, F3, you can go to vehicle options and you can go to vehicle mod menu, and you can still customize some of the things on it. As you can see, you can still get a spoiler on it. Nothing on the bumper, but you can still beef it up. You can throw some different wheels on it. You can put the headlights, the xenon headlights, you see them make them blue. You can set the headlight color. Right? You can put a turbo on it. Window tint, you can go to vehicle, under vehicle neon lights, enabled. Look at that. You can go to vehicle color menu and metallic, and you can change the color of the vehicle. Right? Right? I mean, it's pretty sick. Now again, even though we spawned into this vehicle, somewheres right now in your map, there's an AI person driving this vehicle. Now the cool thing is this one sounds like it came with an engine sound as well, which leads us to the next thing we want to check out. First, let's pull out our weapon. Now remember, we installed the weapon rate of fire and the weapon sound, so let's check that out. You hear the weapon sound? And we can now really shoot our gun. You can't shoot that fast with vanilla settings.
Sweet Jesus.
So there we go. Pretty dope, right? Let's go ahead and let's go to vehicle spawning. We can now go to emergency, and we can go to police. You know what? We're gonna go to police 3, which is the Ford Explorer. Oh man, it still has all that. Oh, we got to turn that off. So vehicle options. Let's get rid of the neon lights. There we go. Jeez. All right, there's our stage 3. Now we should have the V8 sound. So that vehicle sound that you're hearing, way better than vanilla. Way better than vanilla. All right. So we got that. Oh, and our siren. So if you're on stage 3, you can now hit your siren, which is down on the D-pad, and your B button or your circle button on controller will go through and change your tones. There's your horn, which is L3, left on the push in the left stick. Pretty dope, right? So there's our siren. So we got the ELS engine, simple tree. Folks, I think that's it. That is pretty much everything that we installed. You've seen the vehicles. I showed you how to load the vehicles in. Again, Simple Trainer is absolutely amazing. You can change the time of day. You can go to night. You can go ahead 1 hour, back 1 hour, noon. Again, weather. You got all these different weather options. The Halloween one is usually pretty cool. But once we start getting into graphic mods, the Halloween one is wicked awesome. This should put snow on the ground. Yep, so that puts snow on the ground and kind of shows you got salt in that on your wheels. And the vehicle handling is pretty intense because now you're in snow. So it really makes pursuing vehicles realistic. Like you can't, you know, just whip around a corner like you normally would. Like you really have to be careful while driving. So the Simple Trainer on its own is pretty freaking awesome, folks. Okay, it's pretty freaking awesome. You could put like God mode on, and then you can do like down here, like this super jump is pretty cool. And I'll show you what I mean. So if we get out of the car, and then we're running, and then we jump, like Spider-Man.
Weird.
Right? How awesome is that? I love Simple Trainer. Once you get it in your game, you're never going to want to take it out. Okay? I promise you that. You're never going to want to take it out. So that is it, folks. We got our weapon sounds, our rate of fire. I showed you the ELS. Now, as you can see, your backup units are also driving those police vehicles that we installed. I suggest looking for a different police replacement pack, as that one seemed a bit glitchy with that charger. I showed you the engine sound, the DLC vehicles, Simple Trainer, and the Siren. Again, down below will be a link to the LSPDFR playlist tutorials. Okay? Go through those tutorials, and you can start adding things like fire trucks, ambulances, all sorts of stuff that all install the same way I just showed you. That's how you're going to get yourself familiarized with, modding your GTA. Down below is also a video that's going to show you the brighter emergency lights, because right now with no graphic mods, our lights are real dull on our police vehicles. You want them really bright. So there will be a video down there showing that, as well as a video about installing and explaining more thoroughly Simple Trainer. So that is it, folks. Please, if you're new here and you feel I'm deserving, consider supporting the channel by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell so you know when new videos are added. And also consider giving this video a thumbs up. The more thumbs up this video gets, the more people it can reach and teach, as it hopefully did with you. Until next time, everybody, be safe, be healthy, be positive, follow the rules, and obey the law. Your boy Jeffrey Gamer's out. See you on the next one. Later, y'all.